Is Mexico family friendly? Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about one of the most popular topics that I get asked about on a regular basis, whether it's through my video consulting or, emails or comments, on my videos or what have you. One of the main topics, concerns that a lot of you guys have is talking about families and whether or not you can bring your family out here, raise your family out here. Is it safe for your family? Is it a good environment for your family? Again, is it family friendly? And short answer to all of that is yes. It's very family oriented, family friendly, and a great place to raise your family, especially nowadays where a lot of you guys that are watching these videos are looking for a better place, a place where you can actually raise your family and a place where family values, traditional family values, regular family values are still upheld and still considered very important as part of the culture. For anyone that doesn't know yet, Mexico is a very family oriented culture, very family friendly culture, very family first culture. And with all that being said, of course, if you are coming out here to raise a family, you will fit right in. But the reality is that this is a question and a topic that I get asked a lot by a lot of you guys, and I do have a lot of information and knowledge on this topic. In fact, most of the knowledge that you guys are looking for is stuff that I would be able to give you non-biased, without any kind of bias at all. And the reality is that I've talked to you guys about it many times before in many of my videos as to why I love Mexico so much. But one of the main reasons I love it so much is the fact that it is so family oriented and everything that has to do with the family structure, the love, the respect, for your elders, just that whole ideal of family and how all that works, the whole traditional, values that come with all that is very alive and well out here. A lot of the questions that I get asked, right off the bat are, whether or not, someone that's coming from another country, again, a foreigner, one of you guys is watching this video right now, would be able to integrate your child into a school out here. Are there any good schools out here? Would you be able to put them in public school and all this other stuff? And what kind of education would they be getting and all that stuff? So right off the bat, again, from my knowledge, of having so many friends out here that do have kids and families, you have so many options. You can literally put your kid at the most expensive Montessori private school you can think of that are going to teach your kids whatever ideals, or religion that they want. A lot of expats that have come out here and put private schools and private academies. A lot of, rich kids, rich schools, or, that again have all kinds of education that most people just cannot afford. But one thing that I've talked about forever since I've been here is that even the poorest of poor people can afford to put their child in a private school, assuming that's what they want to do. They just, they work extra hard, but they can afford to do it. Where, it might be it might be a lot less accessible back where we're from, not so much here. But the reality is that most education, no matter what kind of education most people get out here, is pretty good. In fact, I would argue a lot better than what we have in the U.S. at the moment. And I don't know why, I can't really speak for other countries or anything like that. But out here, regardless of what you want to do or what kind of school you want to put your child into, whether you want to homeschool them or put them in a public school or put them in a private school or put them in a special kind of school, whatever it is you want to do, you have all the options out here. And for the most part, you'll be able to afford them. Again, it's really, and it's a different kind of system. And, one thing that I've learned from being out here, I can talk to a taxi driver. I can talk to like the most typical, working class person out here, and they have a pretty good education on themselves. Let alone someone that's actually been educated and has gone to college, university, and has an actual profession or career. It's mind-boggling how much smarter or educated they are than they are back home. So when it comes to your child, I think they'll be okay. because they'll be learning two languages. They'll be learning at home as well, not just from the school out here, and so on and so forth. And then they'll be, again, exposed to a different culture, and I can go on and on. And speaking of being exposed to a different culture and being exposed to just a whole different country and a whole different everything, that's another plus. One thing that I noticed, for example, when I have had family members come visit out here with their kids, around 10 years old, give or take, kids. They've been out here and they've noticed, right off the bat, they're like, wow, the kids out here are so much freer. Meaning that the kids out here at the same age have so much more responsibility. They're so much more free. Basically, how it was back home in the US. It wasn't until like high school and late high school before you were able to even go off campus just for lunch. Well, in Mexico, it's very typical for like middle school. In fact, I don't want to say grade school, but middle school for sure and above, in fact, it's expected for you to leave for lunch and so on and so forth. A lot of people just go home and get lunch at home or dinner at home because they have two different schedules out here for school. A lot of times, they get some sort of money, so they can pay for school lunch, and then they just, they go out and buy lunch. A lot of times it's not the healthiest lunch, but whatever. And I can go on and on. But the fact is that they have more freedom, not just more freedom when it comes to the school and how they're treated there, but just more freedom in general, meaning that, out here, you see kids out at the park by themselves. You see kids, doing a lot of kid stuff. You see, kids, basically with their parents, whether they're at the park or whether they're at, anywhere. And it's not a weird or strange thing. In fact, whenever me and Christian go out at night, when we go out on a date, we're going to the park, we're going to a restaurant, we're going anywhere, period. The mall, anywhere. All right. I said the mall. That's not where we go on a date, by the way. Bruh. But anywhere you go out here, it's family friendly, family oriented. If you go to a bar, again, they have a family kids section. Every restaurant is family restaurants. Every park has family events and things for kids, and it's just like a constant thing. And when you look around, you realize, hey, wait a minute, everybody has kids. Literally, they're just kids everywhere. In fact, you're the odd man out when you don't have kids. And that's really, kind of like the situation out here. So, there's just kids, so many kids. Again, it's one of the Mexican stereotypes that they have a lot of kids and huge families. Yeah, imagine here in Mexico, it's even more so. And no matter how new the generations are, or anything like that, they still are 100% about the family and growing a family and having a family. And it's a big, just part of the culture. It's like they're very proud of family and they want to have family. They need to have family. It's just part of the whole thing. And so, with that said, you're coming out here with your own family. You're coming out here to raise a family, and you are in a very family-friendly place, in a very family-oriented place, and it helps so much. Because, what I mean about the mall, when I was thinking about the mall, is the fact that, a lot of times, you as a parent, you are with your kids, and, you don't want to put them necessarily in like a daycare or like a play pen or a play area. But, out here, you can just let the kids out into, the mall area, and there's just plenty of areas and things that they can do, for free or very cheap. And, it's a very, very, very common thing, to just let your kids loose and let them do their thing, and that's it. Out here, things like family vacations, spending time with the family, it's still like a major, major thing. I mean, whenever anyone goes on vacation, during the summer, it's not just like, you and the kids, or no. It's like you, the kids, the grandma, dog, your cousin, your uncle, whatever. The whole family goes out. And so that's like a major part of like the whole atmosphere as well, that, again, you going out to the beach with your family, and then you see everybody's out there with their family, doing the same thing. You go to the park with your family, everybody's at the park with their family. You know what I'm saying? Whatever time of day or night. And then when you go to the park or you go to the beach or you go to any one of these places, they have so many things for the kids to do. So many things, that are, there's so many things to do that are not staring at your phone and playing with your phone. In fact, I mean, of course you see kids on their phone and playing with the iPad and all that stuff out here, and they love video games just like anywhere else. But the one thing I did notice, I do notice all the time, is the fact that you see kids doing all kinds of kid things all the time. You see them play tag. You see them, again, when you go to the park, you can rent little go-karts. You can rent, you can go on the inflatable, jumpy, bouncy thing. You can do, so many things. A lot of parks, a lot of times have little rides, safe rides, meaning, the carousel or the a little bumper car type thing or whatever, things that are, pretty harmless for the most part. And, but the kids love, and you already know, for anyone out there that does have kids or has a family, you already know how important it is to make sure your kids are having fun and are constantly engaged and are constantly, wasting that energy so that they allow you to rest and get some sleep and all that good stuff. So, that's the thing, out here, it is a pretty normal thing to just, tell your kids to go out on the street and play with the other kids, or go to the park behind the house and play some basketball with the other kids or whatever it is, and things like that. And, that's a very, very, very cool thing because like I said, a lot of my friends, I can still hang out with them, just like anyone else, like if they were single without kids, because most of the time, their kids are busy. Their kids are busy with their friends, with, some sort of swimming class, art class, school activity, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. And it's so cool and it's so encouraging. And like I said, a lot of times when I'm just walking around my neighborhood at night and I go through the parks and I see the parks are always full. Always full, meaning that the kids are playing basketball, the kids are playing in the monkey bars, they're playing soccer, they're playing baseball, they're playing whatever it is they're doing. They're just doing, a lot of times people are out there doing dance classes, just doing all kinds of things. And I've shown you guys many times in many videos as to what some of these things look like, what some of these things are, and again, how family friendly and how engaging things are out here. And the reality is that, out here, even if you don't have kids or a family, it makes you want to have kids and a family and all this other stuff. And, but like I said, her friends, some of them have kids, a lot of family members have kids, my sister has kids, my cousin have kids. And so there's kids everywhere, and there's kids everywhere out here as well. And with that being said, it's like, they're just everywhere. And whether you want them or not, they are part of life out here. And that's also a good thing because it just keeps you young no matter what your age is. And, again, I have a neighbor of mine that has, a neighbor of mine that her neighbor is, has a family and they have a young kid, and the young little kid is constantly always, going over the fence and, trying to speak English to them. And it's like a little kid, maybe like 8 years old or something like that. And just the whole energy and the vibe and the thing like that. And it's just like, it's really cool. It's really nice. And it's, brings a smile to your face no matter what. Speaking of which, out here, I think it's now part of the curriculum as mandatory. But in school, most kids out here are learning English. First of all, a lot of them have already learned English, or it's already been part of the curriculum. But from my understanding, I think going forward, from now on, I think it's like a mandatory thing where they do have to learn English. And so, that's another thing too, that even if your child, an English speaking child is put in a Spanish speaking school out here, trust me, they'll be able to eventually pick it up real quick. A lot quicker than you. So they'll be able to learn Spanish real quick and at the same time learn, they already know their English. And there's already a lot of kids in there and teachers that know English, and so it won't be as difficult, for them to assimilate as you might think. All right. And like I was saying, the fact that the kids themselves have so many things for them to do and it's so safe for them out here, that it also gives you, the parent, a breathing room and breathing space, allowing you to, enjoy your life a little more and let them do their thing. For me, when I think about the question, is Mexico family friendly? Is Mérida family friendly? Is any city or any area in Mexico family friendly? I immediately think yes. because when I think of, again, the US or other countries at the moment, that, again, it's just not a good place to be a child. It's not a good place to grow up. It's not a good place to be, period. End of story right now, no matter if you're an adult or whatever you are. And I come out and I think about out here and how things are out here, and I'm like, man, this is a place where a kid can still be a kid, where anyone out here can still enjoy their life, where family is still like a major component and of everyday life. And again, back in our cultures right now, they're trying to destroy the whole family structure and the whole traditional family and all that. And then you come out here and it's never been stronger. In fact, it's like there's no defeating the family structure. There's no destroying the family, with a foundation or anything like that. In fact, it's one of those things that keeps Mexico together. It's like the strength in family and the strength in community and all that stuff that I said before. Remember, I'm sure you've heard this before, it takes a whole village to raise a child. Out here, it's just like living when you were growing up, meaning that, you do something bad, you're going to be held accountable for it. How do I say this? You cause some damage to the neighbor's mailbox, and trust me, if they catch you, you're going to get in trouble. And how are you going to get in trouble? Well, they're going to bring you to your parents, and your parents will deal with you. And like, all that is normal out here. You know what I mean? It's not like, if you discipline your child, however you discipline them, all right, that it's going to be looked at like a bad thing. It doesn't matter what you do or how you raise your child. It's really not going to be looked at like, anything, whatever at all, different. As long as you're raising a child, as long as you are, in the child's life and being a good parent, that's all that really matters. And what does it mean by being a good parent? You're putting a roof over their head, you got some food on the table, and those other stuff. Now, again, I don't want to get into all the nitty gritty of really what it means to be a good parent and all this other stuff. Okay, we already know there's a lot there. But at the end of the day, I'm just talking about the basics. I'm talking about whether or not you can come out here and raise a family, whether you can come out here and be safe with your family, whether you can come out here with your family and you will are you going to be accepted or not? And the reality is that yes, not only are you going to be accepted, but you'll probably be more accepted if you come out here with your family, with your kids, and you're trying to integrate the whole family structure into Mexican culture. And no way, you'll definitely be what is it like? Be brought in with open arms. I really don't know what else to say about this subject except the fact that if you have a family, you'll be fine out here. You'll be able to bring, your family and have, amazing education. You'll be able to raise them properly. You'll be able to afford whatever schooling you want. You'll be able to afford vacations. You'll be able to afford to give them the best life possible and afford not just financially, but just the fact that out here, it is so family structured and oriented that it's just, a lot easier to raise a family when everybody is in the same exact boat as you are, and there's nobody out there trying to destroy your family structure, your family whatever, right? And so, look, again, like a lot of times I make a lot of these videos just to get the conversation started, just to start, getting more comments in the comment section, to get questions, asked and hopefully answered, and so on and so forth. And that's why I like to, again, at the very least, bring these topics to light by making a quick video about said topic. And again, starting to get the conversation going. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that are living all around Mexico with your kids, with your family. And this is a great time, a great moment, for you guys out there to, again, leave in the comment section your experience, any kind of experience with your family out here. How well has it gone for you? How bad it's gone for you? Anything in between, because this is a very important topic that doesn't get talked about a lot. And I understand it's not an easy topic to talk about, but at the end of the day, it's a topic that needs to be talked about because a lot of people are in this situation where they have their kids and they also want to move to Mexico and they don't know what to do. And a lot of people feel like they're tied, their hands are tied, like they can't do anything about leaving the U.S. or leaving their country because they got kids, because they got a family. But the reality is that that's probably the reason why you need to leave. Because you got a family, you got kids, and you do have to give them the best life humanly possible. And at this moment in time, it might be leaving your situation, your country, to come to for a better opportunity, for a better chance at life, and a better chance at a life for your kids, because that's really what it counts. It's really where what it boils down to more than anything else. And again, it's not even about the money in this situation. You guys already know, a lot of you guys that have kids and family, it's not about the money per se. It's just about, giving your kids the best possible chance at life and the best possible opportunities, the best possible everything. And, unfortunately, a lot of us are seeing that, it's just not looking good where we're at, and it's not looking good for your kids. It's probably not the world that you want your kids to be raised in, and you guys are looking for better options, and you wonder if there are better options out there. And I will tell you that yes, there are. Out here, nothing's really changed. In fact, if anything, the family structure and the whole family bonding and just family as in general as a cultural thing has only gotten stronger. As opposed to other countries where all that has just gotten worse. So the reality is that out here, the whole idea of family is still alive and well, and not only is it alive and well, but it is flourishing. And if you yourself have a family, if you yourself are thinking about starting a family, and are wondering where is the best place for you to raise it outside of where you are right now, well, you already know Mexico is probably your best bet at the moment, all right, for many reasons. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. I really hope that this video was, at least, informative in some shape or form. I know some of my other videos are better and more informative, and they're deeper about the subject at hand. But like I said, I at the very least wanted to make a video. I wanted to at least open the conversation, start the conversation. Hopefully you guys can help me in the audience that have been through, said situations of raising a family out here with, your experience down in the comments. Again, I want to open that up again. And please, don't be shy. And anything you leave down there, any comment you leave down there is going to be so helpful to whoever reads it that needs to read it. Because remember, we're living in a different world right now, and we are all helping each other. And I'm just doing my part by making these videos and putting this platform out here for you guys to also take it to the next level and try to help. Because when you leave a comment talking about your experience, believe it or not, it helps whoever's reading it out there. And because it adds that extra dimension and that extra, and we just keep adding onto that. It's like a little ripple effect. You throw a little stone and a little pebble in a lake, and all the ripples that come from it. So be a ripple. Bruh. All right, guys. So with all that being said, if any of this information has ever been helpful to you, whether it's this video or any other video, you feel so inclined to, help me and help, continue, making videos for you guys, about all these topics and more, you already know what to do. You can leave $1, leave $5 down below. You can contribute in any way you want. You can just simply leave a like, share, comment. Again, comments are, the main bread and butter here. Remember, we're trying to, have a community here and help each other out. But again, whatever you can do, if you can afford a few bucks, don't worry about it. You can definitely afford to leave a like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. But that's it. You know what I mean? I think we're going to be done with this episode. Hopefully it didn't go too long. I think we got a pretty short episode in comparison to other episodes, but I think we got at least, pretty good something topic, that we can at least all start the conversation on, and really, hopefully make a better video talking about, a little bit more about this whole family, topic that a lot of you guys are constantly always asking me about. All right, guys, so you already know, if you like this video and you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon, but more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.